Welcome to Biography with Plutarch, where we delve into the lives of extraordinary individuals to uncover the essence of their character and the experiences that shaped them. Born Andrew Warhol on August 6, 1928, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Warhol would go on to leave an indelible mark on the world of art, fashion, and popular culture. As we embark on this biographical journey, let us begin with the formative years of Andy Warhol's life, a period that laid the foundation for his future successes and struggles. Warhol's early life was marked by the humble surroundings of his family's home in the South Oakland neighborhood of Pittsburgh. His parents, Andrei and Julia Warhol, were Carpatho-Russian immigrants who had arrived in the United States in the early 1920s, seeking a better life for themselves and their children. The family lived in a small, two-story house on 73rd Street, where Andy shared a bedroom with his two older brothers, John and Paul. Growing up in a working-class family, Warhol was exposed to the harsh realities of poverty and hardship. His father, Andrei, worked as a laborer in the steel mills, while his mother, Julia, took in boarders to supplement the family's income. Despite these challenges, the Warhol family remained close-knit and supportive, with a strong emphasis on their Catholic faith. Andy attended Mass regularly at the St. John Chrysostom Byzantine Catholic Church, where he developed a deep appreciation for the rituals and traditions of the church. Warhol's early education took place at the local Holmes Elementary School, where he excelled in his studies and showed a particular aptitude for drawing and art. His teacher, Mrs. Teacher Lawrence, encouraged his creative pursuits, providing him with extra instruction and guidance outside of regular class hours. This early support and mentorship would prove instrumental in shaping Warhol's future as an artist. As Warhol entered his teenage years, he began to explore the city beyond his neighborhood. He would often take the bus downtown, marveling at the grandeur of the skyscrapers and the hustle and bustle of the city streets. It was during this time that Warhol discovered the world of comic books and pulp fiction, which would later influence his fascination with popular culture and the banal. He spent hours poring over the pages of Superman and Captain Marvel, mesmerized by the colorful illustrations and fantastical storylines. Warhol's early life was also marked by significant historical events. The Great Depression had a profound impact on the Warhol family, as Andrei struggled to find steady work and Julia took in boarders to make ends meet. The onset of World War II brought even more uncertainty, as the city of Pittsburgh became a major hub for wartime production, and the Warhol family felt the effects of rationing and air raid drills. Despite these challenges, Warhol's family remained resilient, drawing strength from their faith and their close-knit community. As we explore the early life of Andy Warhol, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of his remarkable journey, ready to witness the first major event that would catapult him to fame and set him on the path to becoming one of the most iconic figures of the 20th century. Warhol's arrival in New York City in 1949 was a pivotal moment in his career. He quickly became immersed in the city's vibrant art scene, befriending artists like Truman Capote and Tennessee Williams. His early work as a commercial illustrator for magazines such as Vogue and Harper's Bazaar helped him develop his unique style, which blended elements of pop culture, advertising, and fine art. One of Warhol's most significant contributions to the art world was his use of silkscreen printing, a technique that allowed him to mass-produce images with ease. This method enabled him to create hundreds of identical copies of an image, challenging traditional notions of originality and authorship in art. As he once said, "I want to be a machine," reflecting his fascination with the banality and ubiquity of consumer culture. Warhol's fascination with popular culture led him to create some of his most iconic works, including his Campbell soup can series and his Marilyn Monroe portraits. These images not only reflected the zeitgeist of 1960s America, but also commented on the ways in which celebrity and consumerism were becoming increasingly intertwined. By appropriating and recontextualizing familiar images, Warhol was able to tap into the collective unconscious of American culture, revealing the ways in which our desires and aspirations are shaped by the media. Warhol's studio, known as The Factory, became a hub for creative experimentation and collaboration. It was here that he worked with a diverse range of artists, musicians, and writers, including Lou Reed, Edie Sedgwick, and Billy Name. The Factory was a space where boundaries between art, music, and film were blurred, and where Warhol's innovative spirit could flourish. As one visitor to the Factory recalled, it was like a big playground where anyone could come and play. Warhol's impact on the art world cannot be overstated. He helped to usher in the era of pop art, which celebrated the mundane and the ordinary as worthy subjects for artistic exploration. His use of everyday images and his fascination with celebrity culture also paved the way for future generations of artists who would explore similar themes. In the 1970s and 1980s, Warhol continued to experiment with new techniques and mediums, including photography, film, and sculpture. He also became increasingly fascinated with the concept of business art, which involved using his artistic talents to create commercial products and advertisements. This fascination led him to launch a number of successful business ventures, including a line of perfumes and a magazine called Interview. Despite his continued success, Warhol's personal life was marked by struggles and challenges. In 1968, he was shot by Valerie Solanas, a radical feminist and actress who had appeared in one of his films. The shooting left Warhol with serious injuries and a deep-seated fear of violence. He also became increasingly reclusive, surrounding himself with a small circle of friends and associates. One of the most significant events of Warhol's later life was his conversion to Catholicism. In the 1970s, he began attending Mass at a church in New York City, and he eventually became a devout Catholic. His faith had a profound impact on his art, with many of his later works reflecting his spiritual beliefs. Warhol's later years were also marked by a renewed focus on painting. He produced a number of significant works during this period, including his Skull series and his Camouflage series. These paintings showcased his continued innovation and experimentation, as well as his ability to tap into the cultural zeitgeist. Andy Warhol passed away on February 22, 1987, at the age of 58. His death was a shock to the art world, and it marked the end of an era in American culture. Today, Warhol's legacy continues to be felt, with his art and ideas influencing generations of artists, musicians, and writers. From his early days as a commercial illustrator to his later years as a renowned artist and entrepreneur, Warhol was a true original, a man who embodied the spirit of innovation and experimentation that defined the 20th century. His art and ideas continue to inspire us today, reminding us of the power of creativity and imagination to shape our world. In the end, Warhol's life was a testament to the enduring power of art to reflect and shape our culture. As he once said, "Art is what you can get away with," reflecting his belief that art should be bold, innovative, and unafraid to challenge the status quo. As we look back on his remarkable life and career, we're reminded of the importance of embracing our own creativity and imagination, and of never being afraid to push the boundaries of what is possible. That's all for today's biography with Plutarch. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that understanding the lives of remarkable individuals helps us better understand ourselves.